Hello and welcome back to another one of my FPL videos, where in this video I'm doing my current FPL draft ahead of game week 1. Now I've made another 7 changes to this team compared to my last one. And again, I'm still not confident about whether I like this team or not. My issue is my goalkeeper, my midfield and my strikers. My defence, I'm pretty confident of 4 of the 5, if I'm being honest, who I want. That could still change though, but yeah, I'm pretty confident there. I am confident in a few other positions as well, but yeah, I could still change my mind. It's a tough one. But anyways, I've spent all my budget again. I can't seem to keep any money in the bank. I want at least 0.5 million in there just so I can, change things around. But at the minute, that hasn't happened. But anyways, in goal, I've got Onana, Man United. Now, I feel like I need a Man United goalkeeper or defender for game week 1. Wolves at home is a great fixture, and I do think United will keep a clean sheet, and that's what I want. And then game week 2, they've got Spurs away. Not easy, but if obviously Harry Kane does go Bayern Munich, I think there's a good chance there. And then they've got Forest, so there could be 3 clean sheets in 3 games, and that's what you want. Providing they don't play like they played in pre-season, because they've lost all games in pre-season. Those last 3, it's been a tough watch. So hopefully they don't act like that. But Onana, he has been decent in pre-season, even though he's been conceding goals, but he has looked good. There is a little issue though, he's 5 million. That is a little bit more expensive than I would like. So I'm not confident he's going to start for me. There is Jason Steele, who's not in this team, who I do like the look of, but I don't even know if he's going to start in game week 1. And obviously pre-season don't out at all. They rotate the goalkeepers. Squad numbers don't count anymore. So obviously the new guy is number 1, but that don't mean he's going to start and go in game week 1. It's a real pain, and I hate it. But anyways, my backup goalkeeper, I've gone for Aurelia. I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name, a West Ham. Again, still don't know if he's going to start on goal for West Ham in game week 1. Will Fabianski stay? I'm not got a clue what's going on there either. But if he does start, bonus, 4 million goalkeeper on your bench, that's what you want. It's nice to always have a backup that plays week in, week out. So that's why he's in there. I've got Colwell still on my team. I mean, I think he's amazing. I hope Chelsea and Pochettino start him, 4.5 million. We'll have to see. I don't know what formation he's going to play, but he's been playing in pre-season, so let's say that continues. Trent Alexander-Arnold is my other defender as well. Now, we still don't know what to do with him. Well, I still don't know what to do with him, to be fair. He's sitting on my bench. Do I want 8 million on my bench? Not really. So what I could do here is, I do want Trent, but I just don't know where he's going to play. If he does play that inverted role we keep hearing about, I'm not so sure he will, but okay, he could get some attacking returns there. But either way, he'll get attacking returns playing right wing back as well. But it's the fixtures. Liverpool's fixtures at the start of the season aren't the easiest. There's probably out of the first 4 fixtures, Bournemouth are the only decent one, to be fair. Between that, they've got Chelsea, Newcastle and Villa. So what I could easily, obviously I can afford him here, so all I have to do is take him out, put Luke Shaw in, and then bring him back in for like game week 5 where he plays Wolves. So I've got that option as well, because obviously he's a great player, but I'm not sure what Liverpool team is going to turn up. They've made a lot of changes, they made a lot of good changes, especially to their midfield, so it's really tough to see what Liverpool team will come out. Like I said, we don't know what position he plays. I think he's going to play right wing back again, because Liverpool haven't signed a right wing back. They've signed midfielders, so I don't see why they would. But I'm not a Liverpool manager and I'm not a Liverpool fan, so I could be completely wrong. But at the minute he's on my bench. He's somebody you don't want far away from your team, if you know what I mean. You don't want to have to make 3 or 4 changes to get him back in your team. So ideally, if I do decide to take him out, I'd only want it for 1 change only. So I could just change him with like a Luke Shaw kind of person, because I do think that will work out quite nicely. And my last option is Mumbamba of West Ham. Looks good in pre-season so far. Whether he will start is doubtful, but he's 4.5 million, he's a bargain, and Dave Moyes has highlighted him, said that he could give him some chances this season. I don't think there's going to be a lot, to be fair. If there's injuries, possibly. I mean, Antonio's injury prone, Danny Ings is injury prone, Skamaka could be leaving, if not already left by the time I've done this video. If he has, that'd be great as well, because this guy will be starting. He's quick, he's powerful, and apparently he can score goals. I know some West Ham fans have been raving about him, and I do hope he comes through because I think he looks decent from what I've seen on the videos, but we'll have to see. But for 4.5 million, for an outside chance he could play, I don't see why not go for him. Onto my defence now, and it's the same defence I had pretty much in my last draft, to be fair, so that is pretty impressive. I'm kind of getting somewhere now finally. So again, I've still got Saliba in my defence, but like I said before, I don't know whether I want Saliba in now or maybe gamble on going for Timber, just purely based on the fact that he's only 1% owned currently right now, Timber is. And if he does start, he is like a right-footed centre-back, a bit like Saliba, but he can play right-back. And if he does and he replaces Ben White, that would be amazing. But it's a gamble, and I'm not comfortable with it just yet. So Saliba, he is the better centre-back, in my opinion, at Arsenal. And he is less owned compared to Gabriel. So at the minute, I'm going for Saliba. Nice fixture for obviously Arsenal. So you've got to have an Arsenal defender in, I feel like. Now I've still got Rico Henry in my team. I'm not so sure I want to keep him in, but for now he's in there. I mean, he's just a good defender, and I do think their fixtures are pretty decent, to be fair, at the start of the season. I've already mentioned it earlier about Harry Kane, but again, if he is gone, and he has gone by Munich by game week 1 as well, I mean, Brentford's fixtures are amazing at the start of the season, so again, I feel like I need a Brentford defender, and whether it's Henry, it could also be somebody else, it could be Pinnock, or it could be Ben Mee if I do decide to get rid of Onana and go for a 4.5 million goalkeeper. And then finally, Reece James. I mean, this is a case of, will he be fit? If he's fit, I'm having him. If he's not, then obviously I might lean towards Chilwell. Beforehand though, I was thinking about going for Cancelo, but it looks like he could leave. Now, so far, recording this, he hasn't left, but Barcelona are really interested in him. And I'm kind of hoping that doesn't happen, but it looks like it will do. My plan is still going to be the same thing as before. I'm going to wait till Friday. I'm going to see that Man City lineup, hopefully before the deadline. And if Cancelo is playing, then I'm going to have Reece James. And like I just said before, what I would do is take Onana out, put Steele or somebody else in at 4.5, and then that gives me 6 million to spend if I take Reece James out, and I can put Cancelo in, because I do think outside chance, or even Trent out. I could take Trent out and not have to take Onana out. And then it's gamble I'm going for Cancelo, but I don't think it's going to happen. I do think he's going to go Barcelona, sadly. But yeah, Reece James still though, solid pick. And if it's the Reece James that we think we're going to get, he can get 18 points a game, buzzing. I mean, we still don't know who's on penalties for Chelsea either. Because last season it was either Havertz or him. Havertz has left. So technically it's Reece James, but we'll have to see. The new strikers might have something else to say about that. With my midfield then, again, 5-man midfield. I mean, I've been toying around with it, and I think 5-man midfield is the way to go for game week 1 this year. Last year it was a 5-man defence, this year's a 5-man midfield. Luckily, you can't do 5-man strikers, for next year, but yeah, 5-man in midfield. Foden's still in there. I've got Grealish as well this time. I've decided to go for Grealish because I just reckon they're both going to start. Mahrez is gone now. They've not really signed anybody else. The only threat is probably Bernardo Silva, who's asked to leave pretty much as well. So I think Kevin De Bruyne will be in the middle. People might say Alvarez, but I think he's a replacement for Haaland, not for Foden or Grealish. So I'm 90% confident they'll start. I could be completely wrong, but their fixtures are great and they played well last season. I feel like it's no-brainer to go for all those three, as in Haaland as well, spoiler alert, but obviously I'm going to have Haaland in. I've also got Mbeumo of Brentford. Tony's out till Christmas. He's going to be on penalties. He's probably going to be playing more up front. We'll have to see if it's going to be him or Wizard. But yeah, he's on penalties. I feel like he's the man to go for. They've got great fixtures as well. That's the thing as well. You can't ignore that. The only issue I've got with him is he's over 20% owned, which is putting me off a little, if I'm being honest. So if I do replace him, I'll replace him with Matoma, but he's also like 30% owned as well, so that's a tough one. But yeah, great fixtures, he's on penalties, and he might be playing up front as well, so it feels like a good decision to go for him. And then finally, double Arsenal midfield as well. So Obviously, Gabriel Jesus is out for game week 1, so that plan went out the window. And so I've got a 2-man midfield, and obviously with him being out, I feel like it's more of a chance of Martinelli not having any worries of rotation. So whatever Arteta goes for, we don't know whether he'll start Nketiah or Balogun, providing he stays. Will he start Havertz up front, or will he start Trossard up front? Not got a clue, but I feel like it's more of a chance of Martinelli starting, and Martinelli was great last season, and I think he's going to start. I think he's ahead of Trossard in that position. He's lesser owned compared to Saka and Odegaard as well, so he could actually be a bit of a differential as well as. I mean, I'm not expecting too much. He is still 13% owned, but like I said before, their fixtures Arsenal are amazing at the start of the season. First 7 fixtures, I think they could win 6 of them comfortably. We'll have to wait and see there, but that's a nice run, and I do think Martinelli's going to smash it again this season, so that's why I felt like going for Martinelli. And then Saka, I mean, I've mentioned Saka before. I mean, he's so really highly owned, there's not much more to say. He's on penalties. I'm expecting special things from him again this season, so for sure, he feels like the Salah of a couple of years ago. You just got to have him in your team. But yeah, for sure Saka's going to be in my team for game week 1, provided he doesn't get injured. And then finally my strikers then. So obviously Erling Haaland's going to be one. I mean, he's going to smash it unless he gets injured. Kind of hoping he does get injured, so everybody goes crazy. But yeah, that means I've got Haaland, Foden and Grealish for my Man City 3. I think that's a good 3 to start the season with, if being honest. And then my other striker, I've gone for Nicholas Jackson of Chelsea. Now, he's looked decent in pre-season, to be fair. I didn't think he was going to start in game week 1, if I'm being honest. I thought it'd be Nkunku playing up front. But he's injured. Whether he'll start in game week 1, I don't know. But Jackson's looked decent, and it's making me want to go for him. He's 7 million, and there's not a lot of choice, really, up front. There is Ollie Watkins, who I could go for instead. But I'd have to make a few changes. I get rid of Trent Alexander-Arnold. But I do like Chelsea's fixtures after the Liverpool game. So West Ham's a little bit tougher, but then they're on a nice little run. So the realistic question is, who do you want to go for? Do you want Jackson or do you want Ollie Watkins? Because both of them have got nice fixtures. I could try and figure out a way of putting all 3 of them up front, Haaland, Ollie Watkins and Jackson. That's something I will be looking at before the deadline. But for now, I feel like the best option is to go for one or the other. We'll have to see though. I might change that around, but I do like the look of Jackson and Chelsea's fixtures. Now, I don't know what you guys think of that team. Let me know what you think of that team. I think it's pretty decent. It's looking better and better, and I'm getting more and more players in my team for game week 1 as certainties. Now, let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.